The moment Richard Coleman left Travis Head's office, the air inside felt heavier. The door closed softly, but its echo lingered. Travis remained seated for several minutes, staring at the untouched briefcase on his desk. He knew something important had just happened, something that could not be undone. Refusing a man like Richard Coleman was not a normal decision. It was a dangerous one. Consequences begin. Within days, Travis felt the consequences of his choice. Calls from potential clients stopped coming. Small cases he had been handling were suddenly withdrawn. People who once greeted him warmly now avoided eye contact. At first, Travis told himself it was coincidence. But deep inside, he knew better. Power rarely forgives rejection. Pressure from the system. One afternoon, Travis received a notice from the Bar Association. A routine audit, they claimed. Nothing serious. Yet the timing was perfect. Files were reviewed. Questions were asked. Minor issues were exaggerated. Warnings were issued where none were needed. Travis cooperated calmly. He had nothing to hide. Still, the message was clear. You are being watched. One night, as Travis locked his office, two men approached him in the parking area. Their faces were unfamiliar, but their posture was confident. "Mr. Head," one of them said politely, "you should reconsider your decision." Travis felt his heart pound, but his voice remained steady. "My decision is final." The man smiled thinly. "Honest men don't last long in this city." They walked away, leaving silence behind. That night, Travis understood something clearly for the first time. This was no longer just about a case. It was about survival. The victim's family. A few days later, something unexpected happened. A woman came to Travis's office with two children. Her eyes were tired, her hands trembling slightly. She introduced herself as Maria, the widow of the man who had been killed. "I was told you refused to defend the killer," she said softly. Travis nodded. "I couldn't do it," he replied. Tears filled her eyes. "For the first time," she whispered, "someone chose us over money." That moment strengthened Travis more than any victory ever could. When the trial began, the courtroom was packed. Richard Coleman had hired the most aggressive defense team money could buy. Lawyers known for manipulating narratives and bending truths filled the benches. Travis was not part of the case, but he watched closely. Evidence disappeared. Witnesses changed statements. Doubt was carefully planted. Justice began to slip. A choice to act. Travis could have stayed silent. No one expected him to get involved. But silence, he realized, would make him complicit. Late at night, Travis reviewed notes he had taken while reading the original file. Small inconsistencies, overlooked timelines, details others ignored. Truth still existed. It was just buried. Risking everything. Travis contacted an investigative journalist named Evan Brooks, a man known for exposing corruption. Sharing information like this was risky, dangerous, but necessary. Together, they connected missing pieces, financial records, security logs, and suppressed witness statements. The story that emerged was explosive. The city reacts. When the article was published, the city shook. Headlines screamed corruption. Public protests erupted. Social media demanded accountability. For the first time, Richard Coleman's influence faced resistance. The court was forced to reopen parts of the investigation. And suddenly, Travis Head's name was everywhere. Under pressure, the judge allowed new evidence to be reviewed. Witnesses were recalled. Forensic data was re-examined. This time, truth had an ally, public attention. The defense began to crumble. Threats and resolve. Travis received threats, anonymous calls, warning letters, strangers watching his building. Fear followed him, but it did not control him. He remembered his father's words. Integrity is not safe, but it is worth it. Justice served. In the end, the truth could not be buried. Richard Coleman's son was found guilty. The verdict echoed through the courtroom. Maria wept, not from anger but relief. Justice, though delayed, had arrived. The cost of honesty. Richard Coleman was investigated next. His empire began to crack. And Travis? He gained no wealth, no luxury, but something far greater, a new beginning. People began seeking him out, not because he was powerful, but because he was trustworthy. Young lawyers asked for guidance. Citizens found hope. Travis expanded his office slightly, not in size, but in purpose. He mentored others. He defended truth. Final reflection. One evening, Travis stood alone in his office, watching the city lights. The same city. But something had changed. Not the system, but him. He understood now. Honesty does not make life easy. It makes life meaningful. And in a world willing to sell truth, one honest lawyer had proven that integrity still mattered.